My personal favorite Martin Scorsese film is Raging Bull. Some other close seconds to it are like The Departed and Last Temptation of Christ and Mean Streets. But yeah, my personal favorite is Raging Bull. If that's only if my life depended on picking one, I'd have to go with Raging Bull because this really shows Scorsese at his artistic best, while also featuring some great performances and some really thick material. The Most people would say that Scorsese's best is Goodfellas from 1990, but with Goodfellas, I just like while Goodfellas does feature some more elements of great filming. I just thought that Raging Bull had a thicker material, and while the filming in Raging Bull, while the quantity of the out of this world filming isn't quite as much as Goodfellas, what Raging Bull does have to offer speaks more words. Yeah, Raging Bull is the story of Jake LaMotta. Jake LaMotta was this very talented boxer from the 1940s and 50s who'd been married quite a few times and was very abusive to really everyone he came in contact with. It wasn't really a popular notion back then. The movie really depicts LaMotta as being bipolar. Yeah, I do think that LaMotta was a bipolar guy, though it's presented in the movie. And he has a violent temper. He's so insecure about a whole bunch of things. He has all these anger issues. And yeah, it leads him to being the best. Like, he's able to unleash everything in the ring. And it leads him to the top of the boxing world. And it destroys his life out of it. He loses really everything in life that meant even the slightest little bits to him. And he even gets caught up in the mafia that want him to take dives and stuff. He has this brother who's played by Joe Pesci in a brilliant performance. And even Joey ends up clashing with Jake a little bit himself. So yeah, the movie deals with such violence and insecurities, and it shows that if you want to change your life, you have to change yourself first. It depicts a human animal and shows that you just have to look in the mirror yourself. Look in the mirror and you'll see. You have to control one's own self. The movie's all about self-control, but Jake doesn't know any other way of dealing with things except for violence. Sure, he's a great boxer, but how's he supposed to deal with any sort of marital issues or any sort of family issues if all he knows how to do is just to scream, yell, and throw punches, really? So the movie, what's so brilliant about the movie, aside from De Niro's brilliant performance, is the way that Scorsese is able to direct things. As I said before, the movie is clad of images that speak 1,000 words, and I would love to do basically a seminar that just shows the meaning behind all these really brilliant shots, whether it's the way an angle of the camera is, or how close the camera is to a certain object. It's just brilliant the way that all that stuff happens, and the riveting intensity of everything that's presented, whether it is an artistic thing or whether it's De Niro's performance, it's just brilliant. And yes, De Niro did gain a lot of weight for the role later on when Jake LaMotta retires, but it's not just that makes the performance so amazing. there's all these nuances, and oh, and of course, his explosive nature really has us shivering at times because of how brilliant and how wild of a man he is. Apparently, when the movie came out, okay, the real Jake LaMotta served as the consultant for the film. It's based on his book. He was with Scorsese, showing how things were. But still, when the movie came out, apparently LaMotta was just in tears after the film, and he asked his wife Vicky, who's a character in the movie, when the real Vicky came to the premiere of the film, and LaMotta started to cry. He came up to Vicky afterwards, and he goes like, "Vicky, was I really that bad?" And Vicky said to him, "You were worse." Wow. I'm going to give my favorite Martin Scorsese film from 1980, Raging Bull, my highest score, 4 stars. Please subscribe.